Hi folks, this is Daniel Danger. I'm an illustrator from Massachusetts. I want to give you a quick tour of my new art print with a fairly long title, as they always are. It stopped being about the panic or the guilt and what we would build from it. It became about the horizon and those who will inhabit it. It is a 24 by 36 inch 13 color screen print in its final form, and it was the first piece I worked on with my new Wacom Cintiq Pro tablet, which is sort of a late addition to my army, but I love. Ultimately, I was trying to address the idea of these structures that we build in our lives based around past pain and guilt and things that we've gone through, and how we have to sort of exist with them and use them as sort of a stepping stone going forward. The original version was a lot darker. I wasn't in a particularly great place at the time when I was working on it, and that's why I drew a hanging elephant as a reference to Mary the Elephant, which is a circus elephant from like 1915, 1916 or so, that was hung by a town after it's trampled someone. I don't really know how to explain this metaphor. I was just sort of listening to what my head was telling me to do, but ultimately I decided it was a little too heavy, even for me. The larger tonal shift happened soon after my wife and I learned that we were expecting a daughter. I was talking with her about trying to find the focus of the piece and what I was trying to say with it. And the title is a slightly more flourished version of what I actually said to her, that it kind of stopped being about the structure and what we had built and started being about the horizon and the distance and what we were going to be navigating soon. Ultimately, I wanted this structure to be sort of engulfed by new growth and have sort of a softness to it and a glow to the sky, and because it was a very big emotional change for me, and I felt I needed to be represented in this piece that had sort of bridged the two places that I had been in. So the print starts off with two different split fountains. One is sort of a light purple into a peach color, and the next is sort of a darker purple into maybe like a salmon or something. Then there's a middle distance, sort of muted purple for a tree line, the larger spot color for the entire structure of the building, then a 30% shader of kind of the sky tones, more of the tree line, the bottom structure. An all-over mid-purple sort of determines the midpoint of the tonal range. From there is another 30%, kind of like a dark purple that does a little more shading, adds a little texture to the trees and a little bit of the depth down below. From there's some layers of just the tree branches kind of stepping through like a darker muted blue, then a slightly darker one on top of that to kind of create some depth. Then there's a little bit of a kind of a pink highlight to kind of just get some lighting in place. From there, it's the actual line work that goes in. Then after that is a darker shadows that are kind of sit within the line work a little bit. Then just a little red hoodie. That's all. So stepping through them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's all. Thanks, folks.